just in case.
He didn't shower after mowing the lawn.
He has
We always shower. We put cologne on all the time.
Too much cologne.
You can move me over there. The seat's too empty now, and it sucks.
Oh man,
I'll be over there with you.
He is too
Popcorn
much
and
cologne.
pints.
That's what it is.
we're back. Dunkirk and the Prestige.
Don't raise me up too high. I might have a chubby.
That's why I put you down so low.
You could put a lawnmower in that seat between him and Sturdy in the background.
John Deere hat.
Oh my goodness. Oh shit. That would be funny though. I'm not gonna front. That would be hilarious. Change your steering to a riding lawnmower.
God, that would be amazing. Just in the background, like. Oh my God, this is so.
Oh jeez.
You know what it is? It's like it feels like we're picking on the only Latin member of the group, but he is so into landscaping.
I love gardening.
No, he really listen. He's been late to the meet to the lab or whatever pre-show because like, I lost track of time. I was gardening for landscape. Like, but come on, man, the stereo, you gotta stop. Hey, you love what you love. I respect it.
Hey,
Best peppers and tomatoes I've ever had, man.
Hey, man.
Hey, what's the key to growing peppers? Because I want to do that in my garden this year.
They're pain in the ass.
Just get a good organic soil, let it rip, man, and just watch the watering, how much you give it. Get something that now they sell like self-watering pots where you can basically fill the side of the pot and it'll fill up to a certain level. So just grow them in like something small at first. And once they get a nice root establishment, throw them in something bigger and then just get you one of those self-watering pots. They're like $10.
Do they require like less water? I feel like that was something I
They like dry, but they also absorb a lot of water. So they like hot environments. So if they're 80, 90 degrees outside, they're completely happy and fine. You'll see their leaves up and everything, but just keep the water saturated every couple of days. And
especially super hot peppers. Chris, you'll never worry about those. I know that.
Yeah, there's pruning techniques and shit to get them like through different growth stages so that it gives you a lot more production on the plant, on the actual flowering sites and stuff. But initially, just let the fucking thing do what it does first, get used to it, and then, you know what I mean, play around with the next one or something. Or chop it in half and then see what happens next. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was gardening talk with Chris.
With the worst damn yet again, I'm living up to my name.
The worst damn gardener ever.
Probably haven't talked about a video game on these shows in like, I don't know, weeks.
All right.
That was a legitimate question because I've tried to grow some just green peppers once and it did not bear any fruit for me.
Start off with some decent soil and don't overlove it. Just kind of let it do its thing. When the soil's kind of dry, give it a little bit of water, and that's about it. Just the plant will tell you when it's happy or sad. If the leaves are up, it's happy. If the leaves are down and droopy and soft, it probably wants some water or something's going on.
I mean, think about that, guys. When you're trying to get it in,
that's nature.
Plenty of experiences between seeing happy and sad. Yeah,
Chris,
just think about it like that.
You should seriously think about like doing like a TikTok or something like that where you give this gardening advice, because there's a lot of people who need that right now and they don't know where to start.
Yeah,
I would say doing a video of like, okay, this is day 1, this is day blah 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 blah, all the way up until it's time to.
I would just say be free with it, like just for at first until you figure out like what projects you want to plan around. But you could be like, hey guys, I'm gonna dig this up and I'm gonna show you how to do this today.
You could live stream your garden,
things like that, but at the same time, it's kind of like with everything else. Once you start doing it, and you have to do it, and then you got all the other processes that come with it, like the editing and all that shit, and it becomes like your job. You start to lose some of that love for, you know what I mean? So there are certain things that I will eventually, especially as legislations continue to progress. I do want to get back to. I had a channel that had 1,000 views in a week, and it could have been monetized, but it was in a space that they will not monetize. Let's just leave it at that. And that's what it was all about.
Sexual alleviation.
Yes.
An OnlyFans where you just live stream your garden. That's
pretty much naked gardening. It's a thing.
Oh man, I'm not subscribing to that one, gamer.
What's the weirdest naked thing you can do? Not sexual. I'm talking about like everyday things like you could do.
I feel like there's been multiple articles about a naked Florida man just out there mowing his lawn.
I suppose
Florida. Nothing's weird in Florida.
Yeah.
Does he eat a bowl of cereal on a couch count?
No,
I feel like you have to leave
your couch in your living room.
Cooking naked, maybe, because I don't know if there's hot grease or something popping.
No, I feel like this requires you to be outside in the world.
Nah, I never go outside naked.
I've never worked on my car naked, that's for sure.
That would be wild and dangerous.
Just sitting there, I am one with the grease.
He doesn't even put like a grease catcher. He just fucking
Hey, go over there, this motherfucker's welded butt ass. Yo, just come to the garage, man. Go over there. Like, what the fuck, man? Oh, I forgot.
I say we try podcast naked. No, sorry. That'd be weird.
Holy shit.
There was a big ass grease fire in one of these movies in the ocean.
Could you imagine starting a grease fire naked and then you got to run out of the house?
Help me, Tom Cruise! Help me out!
On the fire department. Oh my gosh, that would be embarrassing. Have one of them dudes carry you out your butt ass naked.
I'm watching that new Game of Thrones show, the
Night of the Seven Kingdoms.
It's very good so far.
It's getting better with each episode. They're finally building towards some action.
Well, then you know where I'm going with this, because the guy Sir Duncan Natal in it, who was a squire for another knight. That knight's dick was huge.
10-inch prosthetic.
They used a 10-inch prosthetic that works in some weird, like he pissed out of it at some point. It's weird. So now imagine doing that. Imagine having that and a grease fire hits. What do you do?
Nothing to be ashamed about there.
Nothing to be ashamed about.
Would you run outside naked then?
Yeah.
I mean, with this weather, it's gonna shrivel up either way. So.
Yeah, but if that thing shrivels up, it's like down to like 7 inches.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
You're still in great shape.
What?
Yeah, the grease burn.
Does that make it less likely to get burned?
No, I'm just saying, would you run outside with it?
It's like a scarf flapping behind you as you run.
Chris has that 10-inch dick just flapping while he's cooking, and the grease fire starts, and he's like, "My time to shine," and runs out the front door.
He purposely started the fire just to do this.
I mean, we all know who's the one who has the 10-inch dick here.
Come to find out, the bacon grease just popped. No fire even started. Oh shit!
James, he's a grower, not a shower.
Mm-hmm. I sit there spinning like a helicopter to try to blow the fire out.
I mean, there's a reason.
With that dick, you could.
Yeah, I know. That's all good.
There's a reason I call it the Prestige.
Yes. No, we're not starting in that one. That's an ender.
Sorry, what? Dunkirk.
Yes, let's dive into Dunkirk. See what I did there? Dive in. You get it?
It seems like a worse penis name, but sure.
Not really.
No, it is not a wasted joke. I'm going to set you up later.
James, what is your?
Did you done do a Kirk?
What is your rating for Dunkirk?
It's not my type of. I don't like war movies really. But it's shot well, and I know it's a good movie. So I'm gonna give it a 6.5.
Stories?
I'm with James on it that like war movies aren't my thing. Like I get bored with them after a while. Although this one, and I've got some fun trivia to go along with this. It was good. Obviously, Christopher Nolan, he did an awesome job. Reading more about it, like they had a number of like vets there that lived it, that thought it was accurate and everything like that. It's filmed cool. I'm going with a 7.
Nice. Excuse me, gamer.
Yeah, I'm right there with Chris. Actually, I was torn between 7 and 8. I'm gonna go a 7.5 right now.
7.5. Nick.
9.
I gave this a 6. I'm with James on this. Like I'm not a big fan of war movies. It was a good movie. Cinematography was beautiful, all that good stuff. But these just aren't my cup of tea. Like for this type of content, I'd rather watch a documentary. I feel like I'm way more entertained with a documentary than I am with a war movie. But not a bad movie. Not a bad movie at all.
Actually, raise mine up to an 8. Raise mine up to an 8.
I for me, like being at a 9, like this isn't the perfect movie. Like I wish there was more story to it and it focused maybe on more character relationships.
Yeah,
and build some chemistry out. But as a film, it's still very intriguing. The performances are leading you along the whole time, and like it feels seamless in a lot of ways, going between air, sea, and land. And from the beginning where it starts until the end, so like I found it pretty thrilling. Like it goes through really well. It's timed perfectly. It's a lot of this is practical effects, which as I was reading up on it, I was astounded. Like they used real error boats and planes.
Yep. Some of those were from the actual 40s, like some of the civilian stuff.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, I was just reading that. If you have more, please tell me, because I thought this was really
the Spitfire plane that Tom Hardy lands at the end, that was real. That was a real plane that they landed on the beach, that they then had to hurry and get off the beach because the tide was coming in.
Yeah, and I mean, but that shot too. Like, I'm glad you told me that, because that is so cool how it landed too. To know it was practical.
They did this on the beach. Like they didn't. There's no set here. Like man-made set. They're on the Dunkirk beach.
Let me tell you that when that plane is on fire, and of course it wasn't the actual plane as you're telling me, but I'm assuming. But that plane on fire and him like going to get captured at the end. Great ending, because he is sort of like the lone, I'd say the lone star in this. And when it comes to air, I mean, I'm sorry, I should have discerned that, but so when it ends like this, you get a happy ending for a lot of them, and you're like the train ride with the guys and stuff. Like you really do feel. This was a heart-wrenching part where he gets captured and the boy dying.
Yeah,
Harry Keogh's character. I can't remember his name at the moment. George, I think.
Something. I think so.
Yeah, George.
Those were the characters that really. And Mark Rylance as the captain of the boat with Cillian Murphy, and them going back and forth was brilliant.
Mr. Dawson.
Yeah, it was his name is Dawson. I can't remember the names at the moment, but like Mark Rylance is a great actor, and he turned into all the performances. Kenneth Branagh.
Yeah.
Was great in this. Like, come on, like this, like, and I see what you guys are saying. And if you're not into war movies, it's a lot. It's not like Saving Private Ryan that has those heartfelt moments. This feels like it's trying to stay on point of like what that time was like for them. But I really got to give it a lot of credit for how seamless it is, because they're all different time periods, and you can go back and forth without really it hurting, your take on the movie.
I think that's one. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Chris. I'm sorry.
No. Go ahead. Sorry.
I was gonna say I think that was a big disconnect for me, like what you were saying earlier about like not more story and like kind of more of a connection with them. And that kind of takes me away with these type of films. I'm not saying all of them are like that, but a lot of them that I've seen are kind of like that. And that kind of takes me away from them, kind of takes the interest out for me. But still, again, it was a good movie. It was a good movie, but just not my style.
I definitely get that. Like for me, like when my rating system, it really is that I wish I had more of that interconnection with the soldiers we're seeing. Like maybe a little more personal, a little more chemistry between them or something, a brotherhood type of bonds that we usually get in American war movies a lot. But I did, like, for that not being there, there's not much else in this movie that's missing. Like it's a damn near perfect movie.
It is minimal dialogue in this movie. It is more focused on the events. It was funny. One of the trivia things I read, like they invited, like I said, like 90 or something or so survivors when this came out that saw this movie, said it was accurate, but the soundtrack was louder than the actual fucking bombing.
The soundtrack was loud, yeah.
Like the soundtrack is nonstop in this. But relationship wise to that point, Mick, the airline pilots are the closest relationship in this movie to me. Like I get more between them than I do any of the soldiers. First off, this is a first time watch for me, and I remember Harry Styles being the big promotion point of this movie, and he's not a big character in this movie.
No,
he doesn't come in until like 45 minutes in. He has just a handful of lines. But
I don't think that was meant for by Christopher Nolan. I don't mean to cut you off. I apologize, but I don't think that was meant by Christopher Nolan. I think that was because of the stardom in 2017.
Yep.
It was the studio that pushed.
No,
that.
I agree, and I think that it was a poor choice to do it that way, to
Agreed.
put him as top billing, because his name is like fucking first on the poster.
Yeah, and over Kenneth Branagh, or like a handful of other Mark Rylance, like Barry Keoghan, even. Like, I mean, maybe at that time he was the pop culture favorite. I mean, I don't want to pick apart Harry Styles. He did a good job in the movie.
No, well, Christopher Nolan picked him for a reason. Like, I'm not by no means am I criticizing, the part he had in this. In fact, I meant
more them and like using him as the forefront. Like,
yeah.
That so, I don't want to pick it apart because I feel like I'm picking him apart, but this should have been more even.
I will say Christopher Nolan did have a note when he cast Harry Styles that he auditioned literally thousands of young men with different combinations all over the place, and Harry Styles is the one that had it. So it's not like he just was handed the role.
I'll be honest with you. I don't know Harry Styles outside of like the movies I've seen him in. Like I know he was in a band, the One Direction, I think. My niece is like that. And so like I remember from that, but like I don't know any of their music. I couldn't name it, but this I liked him in was it the one with Florence Pugh where he plays her
husband? That was good. That was Olivia Wilde movie. What was
like I don't care about all the back behind the scenes stuff that went on. He was good in that movie.
He's a solid actor.
Yeah, and this is my second time. I don't think I knew him back in 2017, so it didn't register with me. I try to stay away from that and just watch the actors, but this time around seeing him, I'm like, I didn't judge his acting, but like critiquing it, like I was like, he holds up, he's pretty good. And even in the end, like where they have that where he's afraid they're gonna like boo him, all of them, the soldiers, and they're cheering, like he has like this tender moment that really hits.
I thought that was an interesting mentality when they are on that train coming home. And the one guy's handing out blankets, and he's like, all we did was survive. He's like, that's enough. And then they're worried about the reaction they're going to get because he thinks they gave up and just ran, essentially. But they're welcome home to cheer. So I thought that was an interesting way to portray that to me.
Yeah, it's also interesting. The implications of it is like, what does the military train in you to feel that way? It's almost like a toxic trait that you're afraid to go home. Like you'd rather die than look like a coward for making it safe. And it's like the kamikaze pilots in World War II as well. Like a lot of them felt shame for so long. They committed suicide years later if they didn't die in the war, because it was so ingratiated in them that they were supposed to.
Yeah.
And that they were never supposed to make it out. So like stuff like that really like sticks with you. And this all took place before even the US joined the war. Like this is 1940.
Yeah.
What's crazy to me on the beach, like there was like what did they say 300,000 or how many people on the
300,000 is like the size of the army they get off the beach.
So though they were just sitting there in line, just sitting there, bombs are dropping and not panicking. They're just sitting there.
They are panicking. They're very scared.
Yeah, but I mean, they're not like, oh, fucking, they're just like sitting there watching it bomb. They just cover their heads.
Honestly, it's like this reminds me a lot of the story of the Alamo and stuff like that. Like, and now, however you look at whatever comes out about real history and stuff like that, but like the idea of like these men, that's the only place they could go. That was the only place they could get out of. So like you saw them running in the beginning through the town. They were getting to the beach. Like that was the last bastion of hope. And the French were the ones holding off the Germans at that time. And so to watch that and I think they caught it really well when these bombings or the shootings by the planes were happening, and you see a bunch of them die, and then they're just like they almost spring into action to get back, wherever they got to go. And it just really showed a lot of bravery and courage in the soldiers having to deal with that.
Agreed. I was gonna say one scene that really stood out to me is when the the ejection from the plane in the ocean, where the thing was stuck for a minute. I'm just like, holy shit! That was, for me, that was the most intense scene in the whole movie. Just because I'm just like, you're just there in a plane, trapped, fucking drowning, and then last second, boom, the hatch pops open and you just go up. that was some like real like, oh shit, this like that part felt real to me. That part felt really real to me.
Drowning is like one of my biggest fears, so I was starting to get a little antsy just fucking watching that.
Yeah, what's going to happen here? Because he and I don't know how they filmed that. Whether it might have been in a pool. Knowing Chris Nolan, it probably was in the ocean. But like they really captured him drowning so well. Like that was insanity. Like, and it just this is more just me like adding to it because like it was such a great scene, and then to have him pulled out, his face when he gets pulled out into like this like. It's almost miraculous. He sees a miracle as he comes out of that water because it's like, what? Why are there boats here? What is happening? I didn't even see you from the air. I don't know. Like again, every little detail, every little nuance he put into it really mattered. Every character meant something. There was no wasted scenes.
No, Chris.
I'm gonna put my score up to a 7 really quick.
I thought that pilot was the enemy at one point.
No, he was Tom Hardy's character's like co-pilot, his wingman. Not co-pilot, wingman.
Christopher
Did they
Nolan
even
doesn't
show him before? Because I didn't even realize it was Tom Hardy in that plane until he took his mask off when he got off.
That's in the plane. That's it.
Okay,
that is exactly what I was
going
to say. That is exactly what I was going to say because I knew he was in this movie because his name's on the poster. It's on the fucking screen print. I'm like, and I'm getting towards the end. I'm like, did I see Tom Hardy? Was he one of the soldiers? He does not show his face until the very end when he gets out of that plane and takes off the helmet. And I don't know, something about that, even if it wasn't Tom Hardy, makes that character and that story just all that more fucking painful the way it ends for him.
Yeah.
Because
as soon as they're running up to him, he's going to a prison of war camp. We know what those movies are made too. We know what that's like.
And they don't show any German soldiers in this movie at all. Even the ones that take him, they're blurred out in the background.
Yeah, it's all silhouette. I like that. And you can hear what I liked about it too. For all of the music, you could hear the firefight on the streets in France, in Dunkirk, in the background, and them being on the beach and hearing that, like it plays into that worry, that fear that's there. That's like enemies knocking at the door. They're right there, and they're not that they're not helping, but this was part of the plan. Evacuate. You know, so definitely an interesting story.
And another thing that's interesting, we're all impressed by the acting in this movie. We talked about Harry Styles, but like all the actors, like from even the main ones I don't know, other outside of Styles, Tom Hardy, or anyone's like that. So all the firsthand accounts of the evacuation that Christopher Nolan got, he was told about all the young and experienced soldiers. Like these are not experienced people. So he purposely cast young and unknown actors for the beach setting.
Wow.
So a majority of these actors and all these little side roles and stuff are young and inexperienced, and to put them in this and in Christopher Nolan's hands to get this out of them is super impressive.
He put some like James Darcy plays the British soldier, the lieutenant that's there, who's with Kenneth Branagh. He's a pretty well-known actor, especially in the UK. He brings a really good performance because especially like how he's maintaining like getting the boats out of there and such, and they play off of each other really well. But a couple of additions that we don't know that were in there. Michael Caine's in this movie as a voice.
Yep.
Really?
And William Attenborough is also in this movie, which is if you look him up, he's a very famous documentarian, especially in nature.
Wow.
Oh,
I believe he served in World War II. If I'm correct,
I believe you're right. I mentioned the Tom Hardy landing the Spitfire plane on the beach scene. Of course, that is the first time since 1940 a plane ever landed on that beach.
Wow.
Oh wow.
Oh, cool. I didn't know that.
Like they did it for the movie, and that's the only time since actual fucking Dunkirk.
Wow. Wild. I wonder if there is a connection in Dunkirk and why they would never let that happen. Or it just didn't. I guess how often do you land?
I mean, it's a public space. Why would you
beach.
let a random person just want to land the plane on the beach, I guess?
Listen, sir, I didn't say my logic wasn't flawed.
I know.
But this is like, it's funny because the next movie we're going to talk about is the second movie Michael Caine was in after Batman Begins, and he's worked with Christopher Nolan on like every movie up
Quite
until
a few.
Well, it was like everyone until like one of it. I think it's The Odyssey. I'd have to double check it all, but like I'm pretty sure it's The Odyssey is the next one that Michael Caine is not in since Insomnia.
Oh
yeah, or he might not have been in Oppenheimer. I have to double check that.
Couple more things to throw out there. They did use cardboard cutouts to fill out some of the people on the beach, and like along mixed in with the extras. Well, how could you not? Well, if you're trying to get that many people. Highest grossing Best Picture nominee of 2017 in front of Get Out. And I want to say I read this, but I don't think I jotted it down. I think this was like one of the, if not the only Best Picture nominee to not have someone nominated for acting specifically.
Yeah, because there's no dialogue.
Yeah, but still.
Wow. That's interesting. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it definitely keeps your attention. It's beautifully done, as Mick said. Visual effects are on point. You get some cool Michael Bay-esque explosions or whatnot. You know, there's big set pieces with the boats, and it had its tension moments for sure. For me, for some of those same reasons, that his choices of elongating certain scenes or stretching out just some of those still camera shots or whatnot. I was just like, some spots I was like, let's go. That's the only reason why. But other than that, like everything else to me, it was like, even my lady, she was about to head out to the store, and she happened to catch like the first 10 minutes of it. And next thing you know, she's there at the halfway mark. She's like, should I go now? Like, how much longer is this thing? Because now I'm stuck.
Well, it is, like Mick mentioned it earlier, it's seamless every time they go between land, sea, and air, and the characters they have in there, and it's nonstop once it starts. Like they start walking through at the very beginning, and then as soon as they come under fire, it is nonstop from there until they get to the beach, until the end of the movie. So there's something continuously to like hold your attention. I mentioned my fear of drowning. When that boat gets torpedoed after they get on it and they think they're safe, they're eating their toast, and then it starts filling up with water. I'm like, holy fuck.
Oh
like,
my God,
that
dude.
guy, see, his survival instinct just always tells him, don't be in this place, go somewhere else, be somewhere else. And he's always in the right spot.
Dude. Oh my God. When that boat, and they're like, what about the dead? We can't get them all off. And it's like, oh no, we're here. Like, this is wild. That boat, like right at the pier too, the mole.
Oh,
and just watching every time the planes kept coming by and they were on the mole, like sitting like
Is that the part where the oil too they caught on fire?
No, that was later.
That was
later.
Yeah, he was talking about when they were like when he was under
the
dock
when they were drowning. It made me laugh. I
throughout the
laughed at
movie
that
like
part
that.
though. They were like, "What the hole?"
Kudos to that dude fucking on the outside who went down the stairs and just diverted on that boat. Just as that shit was happening, opened that fucking door as that boat was turning, let in some light, and those dudes noticed. You know what I mean? That's a baller ass move. Still trying to help out, still trying to survive. Like
I know, right? That should be one of our franchises at some point. We pick out a bunch of war movies where we want to learn something about that aspect. Like we watch U-571 because we want to know about U-boats, stuff like that.
The land, sea, and air thing I did like too, because it's like you're telling 3 different stories in the same war. Like this is my part of the story, this is your part of the story, and this is your part of the story. But at the end, we're all fighting for the same thing. We're all in the same story overall, but it's like 3 different parts, 3 different ways of it being told. What I thought was a very unique take and a unique way of doing it. But it's still just, I don't know. There's just something that didn't get me there connecting, because like I said, I can tell it's a good movie by watching it, but it's still just like that little disconnect. And I feel maybe if there's more of a story to it, or like you were saying, Mick, earlier, just like say if they pick maybe one land, one sea, one air character that you can kind of connect with and have some kind of connections with, I may have liked it a little bit more.
I think they tried to do it, but they only accomplished it with Tom Hardy, and the air people, because obviously they're focused on the land guy getting on the boat. Like they literally try to carry a dead person onto a boat so they can escape and just to get out of there. And I like the idea of that being the story for they're trying to get out, but they get back to the beach. Now they got to hook up with this other group to try to get out, but there's still no real dialogue or human connection.
Yeah.
So maybe the lack of dialogue was a little bit of an issue with, I think, in trying to establish me caring about those characters.
Yeah, I can see that. And I think that's what's weak for me too. Like I said, even like at the end when I can't even remember the main kid's name, and Harry Styles' character on the train talking, it's like they're talking like old buddies, and I get it. They're bonded for life with everybody there because of that U-boat situation and just everything that they've been through. But it felt a little forced. It felt like it didn't feel like they were like bonded, you know what I mean? Like really together.
Yeah. Another part that not really stood outside, but I kind of chuckled at, I should say a part, not another part, is when they're on the land and it was the Army guy and the Navy. I don't know what their ranks were, but when he goes up to the dude and he was like, yeah, he's like, the tide's in 6 hours. He was like, no, the tide's in 3 hours. That's why I'm Navy and you're Army. Just kind of threw a little jab at him real quick.
That was a good one.
I like that kind of stuff. I like that kind of stuff right there.
I think if you're gonna, this is like up until the Odyssey comes out, this is really the only historical type movie Christopher Nolan's been a part of. And I think this is historical accuracy. This is probably as close you can get as to a film made for entertainment versus a documentary, because he did his research. Like he brought in veterans, people that lived this, got kind of their stamp of approval. So I like, all in all, this is a solid entertainment, historical type learning movie. I really I stick with my 7, but yeah, this is really good.
The script for this was 76 pages, and he wrote it quickly because he and his wife took a trip on the English Channel to Dunkirk to kind of like.
Oh, they ran the actual trail, which was like 19 hours for them because of like choppy or bad weather and stuff like that.
Yeah, wow. And it just like it inspired him to do this movie. And it was like, I think it was like the mid-90s he came up with the idea to do this, and he wanted to do it in this seamless fashion. But yeah, like a 76-page script for this, I can't even imagine how descriptive that is.
That's wow. What half of the average script
that's no, I wouldn't say it's half of the average.
2/3 maybe.
Average is 90 to 120.
Okay.
Usually writers write more than less, but then they fine tune to, because you got to figure about a page a minute is what you're looking at with action and everything else. So that's still 76 pages, not a lot of pages for a war epic.
Yeah.
Shit. Especially by Christopher Nolan.
Yeah.
I think Oppenheimer was like 400 pages at one point, and I think Odyssey too. So like that tells you like he knew exactly what he wanted with this.
Nolan said this movie's what if anxiety was IMAX? Because the anxiety feel of the fucking
this is one of the first ones that was done almost all entirely in IMAX.
I'll never forget, and it's funny you mentioned that. I remember when IMAX started. It was, I don't know if they did it anywhere else, but in Jersey we had this place called the Liberty Science Museum, and it was like this huge. It's still there, and it was like this huge deal, and like their planetarium thing was like this huge dome, like you could see it from the highway, and it looked like Epcot Center almost, and it was just hanging off the side of this building, and you would go in and it was like this row seating, and it was all IMAX. It was the whole thing was a screen. Oh, and we went. I remember they showed a movie there, but it wasn't like a real movie. Like it was like a movie specifically shot for IMAX to show on this thing, and they had King Kong in it. And I'll tell you,
shit,
like that experience, like introduced me to IMAX, and I've never been to an IMAX before since then where I'm like, it lived up to it because you're in this big dome thing. But I would love to see something like this in that setting. that's got to be anxiousness all the time, anxiety all the time.
I imagine the Odyssey is going to be like that.
Oh my God, on that, the oceans and
Jurassic Park.
Don't make me dream.
He's going to have to go change his underwear now.
Oh, it's already off, baby.
He's got to wipe down. Okay, then he's just got to clean the cherries.
favorite movie too, Speed. I watched that on IMAX.
Oh, shut up.
Oh gosh, you had to throw it in there.
You had to, like, we're on like a good conversation. You're like, hey, let me bring up this bad point.
Hey, it's so good. It goes with it.
He just wants to argue, Dad.
He's ignoring me.
Anybody changing their rating for this?
I mean, I already did a little earlier. I bumped it up from a 6 to a 7. You gave it a 6.5, James.
Bump it up to a 7.
7. Anybody else want to change their ratings? Move them up or down?
I'm good with my 7.
All right. You guys ready to move on to
not my favorite Nolan movie so far?
Yeah,
I'm about to talk about one of my favorites, so I'm excited.
The Prestige. So before we dive into this magical beef, James, what's your rating for this one?
Interesting. I like certain elements in it. I'm going to give this an 8.
8.
I hate you, but all right.
I'm not going to give this shit a 10. I'm picky.
This is fun. Okay.
Stories?
9, baby.
Gamer?
I'm at 8.5 right now.
I'm guessing Mick's going 10.
Yeah.
In the immortal words of Billy Bob, I give it a 10. Fucking 10.
Okay.
I gave this one a 9.5. And when I'm watching this movie, I started chuckling to myself. I was like, holy shit, we have Pennyworth in here. What the fuck is his name? Batman's butler. It
Michael
slipped my name out.
Alfred.
Alfred. I was like, we have Alfred, Batman, and Wolverine in here. So now, as I'm watching this movie, I'm picturing them anytime they're on stage dressed up as Batman and Wolverine.
And Black Widow.
Yes, and
Yeah.
Black Widow.
Yeah. Black Widow. Yeah.
And
Black
Coyote
Widow.
Ugly Girl.
But just those two mainly dressed up as Batman and fucking Wolverine. I'm just like, but I really, really, really like this movie, and I'm just like, yo, is this how it goes in the magic scene when they're beefing with each other and they're fucking like wanting to know that one illusion, that one top main trick or one main illusion at the time, to where it's just
It wouldn't have surprised me. That was the scene. That was the entertainment scene.
But
certainly
the
back then.
obsession that went into this.
Yeah.
Like, it's like he was so obsessed with not learning the trick, not doing it better, tearing this man's life apart. He went to fucking David Bowie. Well, Nikola Tesla. Oh, also Andy Serkis is in there.
I like the Tesla
I
thing.
do have a note on the David Bowie thing.
And I will let you, I'm not going to say any more on that. I'll let you take over on that one. But I just want to say this: he actually made magic real in the quest of obsession. And like, I was watching this with Tommy, and I just it was the first time I watched it maybe about 5 years, and I've seen it a lot though. Everything from beginning to end. Of course, they talk about what a magic trick is, the 3 parts. He wrote this to 3-act structure. Everything works. There's not one line of dialogue that doesn't hint at something, build the story in some way, which is perfect writing in my opinion. Every action builds to the next, and it's like dominoes falling into perfectness, into a beautiful ocean.
I'm giving this a 10.
Like there's not like that ending even. Like, I'm like, hey, you're gonna have a shocking ending that really. I was like, it's not Sixth Sense, but it's a shocking ending that you're like, wow, that really is a twist. That really is
both sides. Both sides.
Oh yeah. And we went through 5 twists before I was like, you're not even there yet.
Yeah.
That's why I'm upgrading this to a 10.
Yeah, I'm doing this. I'm doing the same.
Constant one-upsmanship. That to the point where like you get to the point where you're like, they can't possibly up this, and then there's another fucking twist.
When
and
he shot him in the hand, and that didn't even pay off until the end.
No,
This
exactly.
makes me excited for Diddy versus 50 Cent.
Like, oh man, the recap of the end, that he's a twin and that the other twin cut off his own fingers to match that.
The sacrifice that goes into the magic trick, and it all, like I told him it's funny because every time they're like the key, the hint that I thought was genius, that if you watch from the beginning,
The little boy that says, "Where's his brother?" when he kills the bird.
yes, that's a hint. He gives lots of hints. Everybody has a hint in it. Everybody actually tells you what's going on. Michael Caine from the beginning says he has a twin.
Yeah.
He has a body. He has somebody who looks like him doing this. I know how the trick is done. He never wavers on the fact that he's got a twin. And he doesn't know that he has a twin.
Not specifically a twin, but a lookalike.
Yeah. So like so right there, we choose not to believe Michael Caine. That's how good this magician story is. We think he's conning us, and he's telling the truth. But the biggest key to solidifying that truth is the wife, played by Rebecca Hall, who did a great job. And she's like, and her slow.
I know who you are.
And she's not just like I know who you are, but throughout it, she's going, "You don't love me today."
Oh yeah,
not like you did last week. And every time, and that's the perfect hint, because you're like, and then when he blows up on her, and you realize he doesn't love her, but like it just all makes sense at the end. And
let me blow your mind a little more. That line, "I know who you are," that was not in the script. She said that and then felt terrible that she said it because she thought she gave away the ending. But they kept it.
Oh, and it works.
Happy accident. Yep.
Yeah.
Works so well. Holy shit.
This is such every aspect of this, the trick and how he can't play into it. Scarlett Johansson going over to him. Her character was fantastic. Oh, there's not like, to me, this is a perfect masterpiece film.
It's just like there's a difference between watching two rivals go at it in a movie trying to one up each other and it not making sense. This one, it's a story that legitimately makes sense. These two going after each other, which starts with the death of Hugh Jackman's wife.
Yep.
And
which knot did you tie?
Yeah, which knot did you tie?
I don't know.
But they show the scene where he there's some kind of communication between him and the wife, and he causes him to like change the knot he's tying.
Yep. And you know, it's funny you're saying that too. Like, and we were talking about clues. I wish I did like a clue counter, because even every time you talk about it, and there's always a clue in this. When he's what do you call it? I just lost my train of thought. But like, there's a beautiful clue to that he has a twin when they go see the other. They have to figure out the other magician's secret. The older Asian gentleman, the Chinese gentleman.
Oh, the fishbowl.
Yeah, the fishbowl. And like he has to figure, and like it's like that's such a clue, because there was no thinking to it. Because he's the only one out of all of them that understands the sacrifice. You have to live the lie for the whole life. So this dude walks like that the whole time with the fishbowl for the fishbowl, and like just these little clues, like it hits you right in the face every time you see it. And that's why I don't like ruining this for people if they've never seen it before, but it's still effective in my opinion.
They said this is a movie you have to watch multiple times because you're missing a lot of clues and everything.
I could absolutely see that.
I could definitely see that.
I think one of my favorite things is they're both reading. Hugh Jackman is reading Christian Bale's diary, which you find out later in the film he purposely set up for Scarlett Johansson to bring back to him. And then Bale is reading Jackman's thoughts on the diary as he's going through his shit while he's in prison. And then you find out they were both fucking intentional. I'm like, this is fuck, man, this is insane.
And how about even then, before we get to the true twist of this whole thing, the actual the magic trick is him showing up at the end with the daughter in the prison.
Yep.
That is the magic trick. That's your prestige.
Lord Caldwell.
Yep. And they still up it. They still take you down and tell you and do the reveal and give you a bigger one. Like, oh, I just love this movie. And it's so well acted.
And the fact that Michael Caine, who has been helping Hugh Jackman throughout the majority of the movie, is now helps Christian Bale out at the end.
Get his daughter back, yeah.
But even like him realizing the whole time he was wrong.
Yeah.
You know, he was helping him. He cared about the guy, but at the same time, it's like this dude's obsession. Like you were helping obsession where you could have been helping the other magician.
he's a character that literally is not lying throughout this movie. He's telling everybody what he thinks. He's doing what he thinks.
Which is here's the irony of that too. He's the ingenue, right? His whole thing is deception. His whole thing is building the contraptions that help deceive.
Yep.
And he is the one that doesn't lie throughout the entire thing. But the other ingenue is the biggest liar of the whole thing. Because he's the brother. Was it Fallon?
Oh, yeah.
Fallon.
Yeah.
Shit, yeah.
My brain, for some reason, mixes this movie up, The Illusionist, and like fucking The Greatest Showman all in my head because of all these characters.
Yeah, that's fair.
Well, The Illusionist came out the same time as this.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they were big competitors at the time.
I probably saw them like within the same time of each other, then, and that's probably why in my brain they're the same fucking movie until I watch it again today. I was like, this didn't. What the fuck happened? What? Like my brain was expecting certain points from The Illusionist, and like I was like, but wait, wasn't that Ed Norton? Fuck, Mandela effect.
There's just so much shit. There's just so much that happens in this movie. You get to the point where Bale's wife gets sick of, like, she knows who he is, doesn't specifically say it's two different people, but ends up hating herself because she doesn't want to live like that anymore.
Crazy.
And this gets fucking dark because, yeah, Hugh Jackman finds Nikola Tesla, who Christian Bale sent him on a fool's errand, essentially. But he actually creates a machine, a cloning machine.
A cloning.
Yeah.
machine.
And he's literally killing himself
That was awesome.
100 times.
I love the whole aspect of them pulling in Tesla from the time to make a machine.
With David
for him.
Bowie playing
It
Nikola
doesn't
Tesla.
work the way it's supposed to, but some other shit comes out of it, and then they throw in the whole his warehouse burning, but then they throw it and it was actually Tesla. Like, I love that whole shit.
You know, I like joke that they made it seem like Edison was trying to get rid of Tesla.
He was.
He was.
Yeah, it's a real thing. I know it's a real thing.
No, that was
JP Morgan.
That was the mirror rivalry.
Rockefeller.
Yeah. I thank you, Chris. Thank you for saying that. Because I was going to say that myself. Like, that was the mirror rival because that was a real rivalry. One was selling he was this magician who can make things, and the other guy was saying like, no, I can do it better, and this is how it's done. You know, it's and Edison being the complete cad and faker baker that he was, trying not to curse. He did send men to tear apart Nikola Tesla's life, and he died penniless. You know, and all he wanted to do is he really was like an inventor who wanted to improve things. He wanted he wanted to give free energy sources that didn't cost towns that much. Like there weren't gas.
Yeah, the story goes that the industrialists like JP Morgan and Rockefeller, they owned the railroads and the electric companies. And when he said, hey, I might be able to provide free electricity right through the air, they said, how do we put a meter on that?
Yep. And so often. And that was the obsession. Like, they were both obsessed types, but especially Thomas Edison obsessed with ending Nikola Tesla. So it really does mirror. So I'm glad you said that. Like that, it was a beautiful way to add to it.
Yeah, that was
reinforce it.
Yeah, that's more of a deep dive, but it just fills out the story that much more. I forgot what I was saying before that. Oh, Jackman, the fact that when he comes back to do all this teleported man stuff after he has this machine, like, it gets fucking dark. He blind stagehands to help him, so nobody can see, essentially, even behind the scenes, what's going on. Which Jackman, I don't even remember, and I can't remember what his actual character's name is. Do we think the original is there at the end, or is this a clone?
I think it's a clone.
I think it's a clone. I think it became the obsession because after the cloning happens, and I'm not saying that to be challenging.
Hold on. Let me say what happens in the book first.
Okay.
I wrote that down. So in the book,
so you think it's a double twist at the end, that the actual Hugh Jackman that died, that got shot in the stomach, is the clone, but he's actually still alive, and now the real original is still alive too?
I think you don't know from the first clone whether he shot the real one or not, and that's why he says I don't know. But I'm gonna let Chris because he knows the book.
So the movie, I haven't read the book. I just have what it says in the book. The movie, it showed him walking into the machine the first time. All the electricity hits him, and then across from him, you see a clone appear that he shoots. But This is the original Hugh Jackman that walked into the machine.
Oh, at that point, got you.
Yeah. So there's that scene. So in the novel, the machine works differently from what I was reading. It doesn't copy a person exactly as they are. Memories, personality are intact 50 to 100 feet away from the device's location. Instead, it transports the essence of the person into a newly created body, leaving behind a dead husk.
Wow.
These dead husks in the book are what Angier refers to as his prestige materials, which he uses that term in the movie when they're when they're like storing everything. So that's how it works in the novel. So in this one, that's a little bit of the opposite in the movie, because he's turning on the machine, walking into it, and dropping down into the water tank and fucking drowning everybody. Because Michael Caine told him in a voiceover, it's like going home, because he knew a magician who drowned who said it was like going home. So that's why he's drowning all of them at the beginning. But this can't be the original Hugh Jackman drowning himself every time at the beginning. He's got to be the one up in the balcony, which means he's not running the show. These 100 shows from start.
All he ever cared about was the prestige.
Yes.
He wanted to be upstairs, the obsession with that.
Yes.
Too. And
because he spent so much time under the stage taking those bows.
And that's all. And the funny thing is, that's all he wanted throughout this whole process. Like he was never really about the magic. He was about the prestige of it. Right. And you see him go through, and then it became about the obsession. I need to learn this magic trick, do it better. Even if I have to get real magic to do it. And once he does, his focus is no longer magic.
No,
he doesn't care.
Once he's doing it better because of this machine, he still wants the fucking secret.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
All that, which is crazy too, because I remember he even called the trick the same exact name, just part 2 or something, or number 2. And yeah, he was still obsessed with how did he do this? How did he do this? How did he do it? And I'm just like, wow. But by the way, I like how he got set up. When he was going to do the trick where he dropped through the floor and the other guy went up and the bag wasn't there.
Broke his leg.
That was
yeah.
No, just the war games between the two as that escalated was fantastic. Christian Bale finding the body double, convincing him he has the power, so he starts fucking pulling tricks on Jackman. When he removes that bag, he breaks his leg, and you see him take the shot before he goes shooting up.
Yeah.
He's running things like I don't know, it's just done so well the way they escalate this for 2 hours, and it's not
up to a 9.
Yep,
it is good.
Everybody's moving up.
It is good. Especially, the back. Like, I really enjoyed the Tesla part of it. I'm not gonna lie; it was like one of my favorite parts.
So
I did a report on Tesla and everything. I just thought his creative mind and shit, and plus he was into Supernatural. Bonus points.
Downloads.
Fun note on that. So David Bowie is the Tesla character in this movie. Bowie initially declined the role. So Christopher Nolan actually flew out, met him personally, told him he was the only person he imagined for the role because of the larger-than-life persona. So he reconsidered and took the role.
Oh, cool.
Honestly, to go back to the wife, too, Rebecca Hall's character, when she commits suicide, where does she do it? In his workshop, right?
Yep.
Because she wanted to make sure her husband saw.
Mm-hmm.
And she wasn't sure who was coming home that day.
Yep.
Just those little nuances. Like, I don't know how, I want to read the book because I want to know if they're in there. But like, I have to believe that because of how much Nolan we've seen and that he builds on these things, a lot of this stuff had to be added by him.
Okay, let me throw this one out. Sam Mendes is the one that wanted to make this movie.
I like Sam Mendes. I like his James Bond movies, especially, but I don't think he could have pulled this off.
He was going to do this. So Sam Mendes wanted to do this movie after American Beauty, which was 99. That had just gotten a whole bunch of nominations for Academy Awards. Nolan was new around then. Sent his film Following, which I've never seen, back in 98. Yeah. And that convinced Priest, the author, to go with Nolan instead of Sam Mendes.
Wow.
I mean, just even thinking about Memento, Insomnia, and Dunkirk, the 3 that we've watched so far. Could you imagine another director taking this on, like in the last 25 years? And it being a 10.
No, but he also wanted Jude Law and Guy Pearce were his original choices for Hugh Jackman and Christian Bale in this. And Guy Pearce, I think, was rejected by the studio because he said he thought he fucked up in Memento.
Oh, really?
Like, yeah, like Guy Pearce wasn't super thrilled with his performance in Memento, apparently.
Well, cost you this one, Guy.
Oh man, this was such a good movie. This is something I may have to go back and watch again, just because of all the twists and turns that, as a first time watch, you may pick up on later on, but you miss it. But now, like, being able to go back and watch it and see it, like, oh shit, this is where boom, this is, oh my gosh, because all the way up to the very freaking end, all the way up to the end, like when Alfred's about to get hung, and he's like, what are your last words? He said, abracadabra.
Yep.
And I was like, oh shit.
Yep.
This is what's the brilliance of this movie is that you watch it all the way through for all the twists the first time, and then you watch it the second time, knowing that twist and seeing all the hints and how well it was acted and put into the story to foreshadow that.
I mean, going back to when he did the gun trick where he shot his fingers off, and then where you see the twins and he cuts his fingers off, and Sarah is like, it's weird that this is still bleeding, or this is bleeding. I forgot what she says.
Another hint that you don't get. But
at that point, I wasn't even thinking about a twin. I wasn't even thinking, because again, when Cutter was talking about how there's 2 people doing, helping him with the trick and all that, like you were saying, like, you didn't really think about it like that. You didn't really believe him like that, because you're just so stuck. You're really stuck, hung up on Robert and Alfred, like what's going on between these two, the magic between these two, as far as like the tricks they're trying to do and everything else in between. I'll speak for myself, I kind of ignored, because I'm just I was like so infatuated, like so locked into, like, holy shit, what is gonna happen next? When each time, what's gonna happen next? What's gonna happen next? What's gonna happen next? Shit, when he was on when Robert was on stage trying to do that trick with the bird, we had the thing on his back, and Alfred comes up there and puts his hands on the thing where he's like, anybody from the crowd, and he's one of the people that doesn't. He's just in shock and just fucks up, just loses focus, fucks up, and the bird dies. The lady gets her fingers broken, and then, I mean, I'm just like, wow.
Where he hijacks his magic show because he removed, and to advertise his show across the street.
Yo, he's like, well, I'm right across the street. Come see some real shit, pretty much. I'm like, yo.
Dude, even the so like just thinking about it now too, we were talking about Michael Caine's character who doesn't lie through the film. Actually, he does lie once, but he's forced to unknowingly, and that is when he accuses Bale's character of killing him because he doesn't return, and then he's the witness, because in reality he was trying to break the glass. Who if they tried to kill him is trying to break the glass. And so he goes and he says, they've had a bit of rivalry, you assume, and stuff, and gets him put in jail. But that's what makes him come back and like help take him out, is because he made him lie. He made him a part of his bullshit.
That, and I feel like when he was telling me, he's like, listen, he has a daughter. You're taking this shit way too far now.
Well, I think that was the realization of the lie. It was like, you're doing this. You're still, he's gonna die, and you're still doing this. Like, what is that? And then that pushes him over the edge. It was like, you lied to me. You're supposed to be dead right now.
Like that was such a crazy, because again, just like going to the prison, bringing his daughter, rubbing it right in his face, like, yo, listen, I won, basically. And come to find out you didn't. No. And then honestly, I feel like everybody lost, because it's like the one guy still, I mean, 2 of them still die, as far as Alfred and Robert. You don't know if it's Alfred that dies or if it's the twin that. It's Alfred that dies, right? The one that gets hung?
It's her father.
So he dies. She loses both of her parents.
No. It's the brother.
Okay. Well, then he loses his brother.
And the one that loved Scarlett Johansson.
Yes.
Got it.
Yeah,
Okay. Yeah. So,
Yeah.
I forgot what they said his brother's name was. Either way,
Alan was his name when he was.
That
in
was
Disguise.
that was like the
Sky. Yeah.
the Disguise character.
Yeah,
And
but
that was
no,
another-
he was the one that he dies in the prison because he's the one that first realizes, and then that's when he can go get his daughter in the end.
And that was something.
Maybe I'm wrong though. That could be weird.
That was something I like too, though, with the Christian Bale thing is like how they showed like every night, like because they were like, "How are you doing?" They said every night I'm the main guy, and he's the one that comes out of the door. Or they switched up everything, even with the fucking his best friend or whatever that was always around him every single time, every single day. Damn it! I was like, that right there is just. I've never seen that done in a movie before. That was just like, holy shit! Wow.
My
that was
favorite
cool as
thing
shit.
about that storyline is that one of them actually dies because his scenes with the guard while he's in prison, the guards just fucking beating on him like, how are you going to get out of this? He's like, just like he says, what are his words going to be? Watch this or something like that. He's like, you'll know when I say watch this. And he says those aren't the words, I'm paraphrasing. But he says that as he's walking to being hanged, and you're like, how's he going to get out of this? Because you still don't know that he's a twin.
Yep.
And then they have that realization when the twin comes up and shoot Hugh Jackman. I'm like, oh fuck, he really got hung in prison. He's not out.
Yeah,
So good. Oh, it's so good.
Surprise! Oh my goodness, this one, it surprised me in a sense of how good it was because I didn't know what to expect.
Me either.
And I'm just like, I'm going to tell you this too. I'm so happy. I am so happy I watched this movie second. Just because it was just not that the other movie was bad, but this one was just so much better. I mean, the story was a lot better in my opinion. It grabbed your attention, it holds your attention more. And then again, with every single twist and turn to where you're just like, what in the actual fuck?
So I did purposely put these two together, not because clearly they're not the next ones, and we're doing some out of order because of the Batman movies and such. But last month I put together Memento and Insomnia, which are back to back. But the reason I did those is because they struck me as sort of jaded mysteries with like leads that are corrupted in some way. And for this one, I did it because of the three structure. Knowing that you're going with like Dunkirk, which is dealing with in a big way 3, and then the Prestige being about magic trick and the 3 pivotal points of a magic trick. You know, was it the Pledge, the Turn, and the Prestige. So so that was why I chose those. I forget what next month is.
Oh, we have.
But Nolan, I'm trying. So I stuck Following, which is his first movie, with the Odyssey. Which will be his last movie. So, well, his most recent.
Yeah. But damn, what a freaking movie!
If you're gonna watch this movie, watch it twice. That is, my recommendation.
Yeah, like I definitely want to watch this one again. I definitely want to watch this. I don't know when I'm going to. I'm not gonna lie and say I'm gonna do it soon because I do that to you guys a lot, and I don't end up doing it. But I do want to watch this one again. Yep. I do really want to watch this one again. Because this was definitely one of those movies where it's like it's worth watching. I'd say 2, maybe even 3 times. Because a third time you might pick up something else. And I didn't know there was a book of it, so now I want to check out the book.
It's usually always a book of everything. That's where they get the ideas from.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, either way, this was a phenomenal movie in my opinion.
It was really good.
It was honestly, this week was a good movie week between these 2 films and for over on Horror Research 30 with The Long Walk, which again, Chris, I cannot fucking wait to hear your thoughts on that film. And we have this conversation about that movie again later on this year because that movie there, oh man, I can't wait.
Yeah.
I kind of want to be on a treadmill while I watch that because I saw they were doing.
Wow.
Okay. Listen, I gotta say this. There's 2 things I want to say about this. 2 things I want to say about this. First, which shout out to the homie Giovanni Gamer. You know him. Actually, James, you know him too.
Yeah.
He hit me up after the pod and was like, "Yo," he was like, "When I watched this movie, I don't know if he said he was on a treadmill or walking in place for the whole time in the hours. He said the movie was 2 hours and 40 minutes. And the movie's 2 hours and 40 minutes. He's like, I was so fucking exhausted. And so I told Mick
I kind of want to do that challenge.
I told Mick this, right? And he was like, we should try to do a gentleman's agreement and just see how long you could walk in place watching this movie and just be honest about it and just put your time down and we'll talk about it. Like we won't tell each other until we're on the live.
Well, we or if they didn't want to do that for the movie, we could walk in place on the episode. We talk about it because it's also with the Stand By Me.
Sorry, Stand By Me.
The two big walking movies.
Stand By Me again.
So like, I thought one of those two would be funny, or if we all watched it together while we walked, and then whoever dies dies. Like whoever dies out first.
It's down first.
In my house, walking to the bathroom, I want to give up.
Oh, James is gonna die.
James is Jojo Rabbit.
I'm done.
I would be down to do it for the show if you guys want. If you guys really want to do it for the show, I mean, we could talk about it again in August. But I think it'll be a fun time.
Well, we'll all be fine because we're gonna start the Batman test coming up because we're gonna have to go out and fight crime like Batman.
It's true.
While we watch the movies,
I think we should
be wearing my speedos.
Watch them all. We're gonna learn it all.
I think we should do the long walk first to get our endurance up before we got there and start fighting.
No, we got to train as a ninja so that way we have the endurance for the long walk. Yeah, the long walk's a lot longer.
We should have started when we watched Ninja Assassin of the Raid.
Yeah, that's when we should have started our training. Oh man, I can't wait for that. This movie, definite 10. Definitely go out and watch it. This, like I say over on Horror Search 30, this movie here, The Prestige, is worth the late fees. It is worth the late fees. For those of you who running movies before back in the day, and there's that one or two movies that you kept a little bit longer than you should have for a couple more days. You got to pay those. This is worth it. Oh shit!
I don't know any of those words, old man.
Oh, bullshit, you don't.
Well, I guess there's no wheel tonight, right? Because you already picked the movies for next week.
No, because we're doing
we have movies for the year, don't we?
Yeah, new movies because we're doing the King
16
movies at the last 2 weeks.
So next week we are doing
Rip
and The Rip and the Wrecking Crew.
Nice. I was gonna watch The Wrecking Crew.
You're gonna enjoy it.
I'm probably gonna watch The Rip tonight.
Nice.
So
that's another one that has a lot of twists and turns in it that I think you'll enjoy.
Nice. Cool. So it'll be a fun week next week. You know, Mick won't be here with us. He'll be spending Valentine's Day with his wife, but he'll be thinking about us. We know it.
I'll take my punishment, Strad.
Oh, I'll be here.
But
I love my wife more than you, James.
No, I love my wife.
She only gave birth to him.
She don't love me as much as I love her. She said for Valentine's Day, I want space.
Oh my goodness! But this was a fun time, though, guys. I'm just gonna let you guys know what we have coming up. So, like, we just discussed The Prestige and Dunkirk over on Horror Search 30 this Thursday. We're reviewing the movie Him.
Never seen it.
And then, the Scene Snobs taking down Jason Voorhees this Friday at 8:00. And then we're back again here next Saturday at 9 for The Rip and the Wrecking Crew. I can't wait. It's gonna be a fun week. Make sure you guys tune into all these shows and have a great time with each and every single one of us. Make sure you guys check out Stories from a Bar. Check out Fade Theory. Check out the Scene Snobs. Check out Worst Damn Gamer Ever. Check out Horror Search 30. And of course, be back here next week. Our new time at 8:00, which I'm fucking loving this. I'm loving the energy. None of us seem like we're that damn tired, which is great. So be here next week at 8:00. Damn, all of our shows are at 8 or 8:30. 8 and 8:30. That's how our shows are.
We're old. It needs to be early.
Big Show's the outlier now at 8:30. His show's the late show now. So Sturd-O-Vision comes back. But again, people, thank you guys for being here. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for listening. Thank you guys for watching later on. But we're gonna get on out of here.